Greetings and welcome to the seventh episode of Retro Rant. And for this episode, we have yet another new Amiga game, and this time it's Worthy, released in 2018 by Pixelglass Games. I think this is the first commercial release, and they also have available for free download some quite great ports and remakes under the Reimagine label. They have also two much anticipated games as work in progress in the time of making of this review, namely Alar City and Metro Siege. Now, I have a soft spot for Amiga, as you might know, but I will try to be as objective as possible in this review, so let's get this thing started. Woody is a puzzle arcade game in which the aim is to collect a set number of diamonds while dealing with the baddies, avoiding or killing them. When you have collected the required diamonds, you can go to the princess, and only then will she find you worthy of her love, and you can move on to the next level. You can collect a sword, which lets you kill only one enemy, and you can also use levers to block or open passages. Beware of the various traps, although sometimes you can use them to your advantage. The graphics of the game are nice and cute, but also very samey, at least for the first 20 levels of the game's overall 40. The graphics of the levels and of the bodies remain unchanged, and it's not long before you start craving some variety. I would have liked some things to change a bit every now and then, so that you feel that you are actually progressing with the game. Some objects are also not very clear, for example the places that release the arrows. The music is okay and subtle, and it never got annoying for me. The SFX are also adequate, and I found the clink after every diamond to be very nostalgic, and the splash following every sword killing to be gruesome but funny. I didn't like the controls very much though. Mind you, they're well programmed for what they are, but they require perfect precision if you don't want the hero turning into ketchup. And spoiler alert, he will turn into ketchup a lot. You see, the movement is in tiles, and you have to keep that in mind all the time, because it is very easy to forget and mess up. Also, the wielding of the sword is quite clunky, requiring not only good timing to kill the body, but you also have to make sure you're facing in the right direction, which doesn't always work. More often than not, I found myself swinging the sword in the opposite direction, even though I was definitely turning the joystick in the right direction. The turning mechanics also take a little bit of getting used to, and even then never felt precise enough. But my main problem with this game is the difficulty level. The game is utterly unforgiving, and a single nanosecond of a wrong choice can spell doom for our hero. You have no energy bar, of course, so you have to restart the level every time you mess up. Of course, retro gamers are no strangers to cruel games, and I'm very content with the challenge. But the fault with the gameplay is that even when I know exactly what tactics to follow to beat the level, the actual implementation of these tactics is so damn difficult that you just have to repeat the same bloody level again and again and again and again and hope you get lucky. Now, this ruins the game for me. When I deal with an arcade puzzle game, I want it to be a game of strategy and skill, and maybe a wee bit of luck to spice things up. Worthy seemed to me sometimes to be more of a game of luck. If I wanted that kind of thing, I would play slot machines. Mind you, by luck I don't mean that Worthy has randomness in it. Au contraire, everything moves in exactly the same way every time. But things get so hectic after a while that it is almost impossible to predict, so you just run about and hope for the best even when you have your tactics down to a T. This, combined with the awkward controls, leads to a very frustrating experience, and it's been quite a while since I felt so repeatedly annoyed by a game. Completing a level doesn't give you a sense of achievement because you had to repeat the tactics a gazillion times until you managed to somehow survive, and you have little to look forward to. Just the samey maze with samey traps and samey bodies, in which your brain power and your skill is half the work, the other half is grinding the level until you fluke it, and it's not fun. If I could compare it with a similar game back in the day, I would think of Quack by Team 17. Quack is also very difficult, but at least it controls perfectly. It offers two-player co-op play. It gives you some hit points and a chance to fight back, and if you figure out the way to complete the level, it's mostly down to your skill to actually do it. On the other hand, Worthy has some nice quality of life features. You have infinite continues, you don't die if you run out of time, you can start from any one of the levels you have unlocked. Another plus is that the high scores are saved. I loved that Worthy has two different endings, with a true ending requiring to complete the game without using the continues, which offers great replayability value. So, would I recommend this game? Well, it looks and plays very basic, and actually feels sometimes like a polished 8-bit game. But if you're up for a challenge, it should be worthy of your attention. Putting the negatives aside, it's a good try as a first commercial release for Pixelglass. I feel these guys are very talented and deserve our support so that they can release even better software in the future. So that was Worthy, released in 2018 by Pixelglass for the Commodore Amiga. Thank you for watching and I'll see you next time!